This is Ben, and I want to thank you for joining us on the Semper Gumbie channel this morning. Well, as you can see, I'm dressed in some warm clothing this morning because old man winter refuses to leave. And it is 31 degrees this morning here in Tennessee. It just seems that this cold air comes and goes. They'll tease us with some 65-degree weather and then drop back into the 30s. Hopefully this is the last of this cold spell, and spring needs to hurry up and get here because tomorrow is supposed to be the first day of spring. So we're going to be doing a camping essentials series, and today's video is going to be about some cutting tools, knives, axe, saw, some fixed blade knives, and some folding knives, and even a multi-tool. As long as you have a good essential knife on you, which you can cut something with, is a great tool to have. And we're going to talk about those things today, so let's go check these out. Part of my EDC, or my everyday carry, is a pocket knife. And I have a variety of pocket knives with me, but you know, I change it up from time to time, and having a good sharp tool with you can be vital. Now, I've been in situations where I've had to cut seat belts off of people from an accident, have to cut the airbag away so they can get out of the car. And I did a lot of this when I was on the police force as a first responder. I've cut tie wraps off someone's neck that was trying to take their own lives. But if I didn't have a good pocket knife with me, I wouldn't have been able to do those duties. One of the knives that I carry with me all the time is made by Swiss. Now, they have knives that are, you know, you're looking at Benchmade up to $300. And I go through so many knives all the time. I'll be shopping and I see a knife on sale and I'll go ahead and get it. And but I go through so many knives, so my budget I look at is around $40 to $60 for a knife. And the main thing to have, as long as you keep it sharp and clean, they're going to last you a lifetime. It has a great weight to it, and I've had this one for about 6 years, and it's still fairly sharp, and it has a really good feel to it. Now, I also keep a knife in my backpack, and these two right here, this one is made by Kershaw. It's an 8700, and it's a compact one, and it even has a bottle opener on the side, and it has a hook here where you can put a lanyard, and it does have a belt clip here, or a pocket clip, which is ambidextrous, where you can swap out from your left or right-handed preference. But this Kershaw, this 8700, has been a very good utility or pocket knife that I've carried with me while I was in the police force. And this one has been used quite a bit. I like it because it's pretty compact when it folds up, so I would just stick it in my vest. The other knife I like to show you is the Gerber. I believe this is a skeleton, and it's got a really good lightweight feel. If you look at the handle, it's grooves for your fingers, and it's got a really good feel when you have to grip it. Now it does have some serrations in there. I don't know if you can see that. And it does have a blade that is angled, but this is one of my favorite ones I carry all the time. So the next one I want to show you is I carry a fixed blade, and this is made by a company called Frost, and it's got a wooden handle, which is very nice, nicely made. It's pretty cool looking, and it's got a 4-inch blade on here. And I don't know much about the company Frost, but I use this one to split a lot of wood while at the campfire. Having a good fixed blade on you is important if you need bigger jobs that your pocket knife can't do. Another good inexpensive knife is made by Mossy Oak. Now they're not the most expensive knives to have, but they're good to split wood because they're so inexpensive. And you don't have to have the most expensive knife to get the job done. Now, I don't know if I would want to spend $400, $300, $400 on a fixed blade to split some wood, but something like this, you know, which is only $20, if it breaks, then, you know, oh well. But it has served this purpose for me for quite a bit of amount of years. I think about 3 years I've had this, and it's got a great handle on there with and it fits pretty securely in and the ergonomics of it is pretty good. As long as you keep your knives sharp and clean, they will perform and give you years of durability. And like I mentioned before, this one's only about $20, and I use this to split wood quite a bit. This right here is one of my cheapest knife that I own, and it's made by Ozark Trail, and I got it at Walmart, and I think I only paid like 10 or 15 bucks during Christmas. But it comes with some paracord on the handle, and in a survival situation, it's always great to have some 550 paracord with you. Any kind of cordage, but this one's built into the handle, so if you ever had to use anything to tie something down, you do have that option. Like I said, you don't have to spend $300 for a knife, especially if you're just using it to chop wood or do some light cutting. Now, if you need to do a little bit heavier cutting, a good axe is great to have. Now, this one here, I can't remember where I got it from, but it does have paracord on the handle, and it does have a hole there where you can attach more paracord or to attach it to a loop. It does have it has 3 holes here which fit over the heads of a bolt. So if you need to tighten a bolt or a nut, I believe they're 8, 9, and 10. So those are the 8, 9, and 10 metric. And it does have a bottle opener on there, and it does have a nice blade. And you can use this for a little bit bigger jobs than your pocket knife or your fixed blade knife. But these are pretty inexpensive. I think this one was 25 bucks. And it's got finger grooves on there, so it holds in your hand securely with a good grip. And it's got finger grooves on there, which fit my hand very, very sturdy. And I paid, I believe I paid $25 for this, and it does come with a sheath or a cover with it. Now, what I use to cut branches and limbs is a folding saw, and this is made by Koher, and it's about 9 inches long on the blade. It has a rubber handle. It does have a hole where you can attach some cordage where you can put around your wrist or attach a carabiner, and it does have a locking blade release on there. Now, I bought this at Harbor Freight, and they're not expensive, but it gets the job done when I want to cut branches or limbs. The next thing I want to talk about is having a multi-tool with you. And I carry the Leatherman Super Tool. I carry this almost on a daily basis, especially if I'm going fishing or going out in the woods or camping, because having a multi-tool comes in handy, very handy. And this Leatherman I got in 2001, and it was given to me while I was in the military. It has my name etched on there, and it's been 20 years, 20 plus years I've had this, and it has not failed me yet. So I can attest that this is a very versatile tool. Now, as we can see, this, it has pliers. Now this comes in handy, especially when removing hooks or from the fish's mouth, or holding on to something that you would not want to hold with your bare hands. Now, like I said, this is 20 years old, so it's worked in pretty good, and it's very easy. The new ones, when you get it, are pretty stiff, and you have to work it out to get it to open up. But eventually, with you using it quite a bit, it'll get easier. Now, they do come with a bunch of screwdrivers, flathead, small. We got a punch, and we do have another screwdriver along with the blade. Now I probably need to sharpen this blade because it's been a while. And then comes with a file. So if you need to file anything down, you do have a file. On the opposite side, you do have a serrated blade. You have a can opener, and then you have a Phillips screwdriver, and then you have a saw. You know, it's not as, you know, you're not going to cut 3 inches worth of branches or limbs, but if you had to, I guess it'd be a little while, but you are able to cut or saw with that. It does come with a carrying case, and like I mentioned before, I've had this for 20 somewhat years, and this is one of my best tools I've ever had with me. Now I'm going to show you something that I carry all the time with me, whether it's in my vehicle, it's on me at work, or it's in my everyday carry bag. This is a tourniquet. Now, if you don't know what a tourniquet is used to stop bleeding. So if you got cut, hurt, or shot, heavens forbid if someone gets shot, or if you come up on somebody, you could save their life to stop bleeding. And tourniquets are fairly inexpensive, but it's good to have. I have one in my truck, one in my second car. I got one in my bag, and I carry one for work. But basically, a tourniquet is used to stop bleeding. Once you got the tourniquet above the injured site or the injury, you will go ahead and start cranking down on this windlass. And when I say cranking down, you're going to do it till it's tight. And yeah, your hand will probably go numb, but it will stop the bleeding. Once you got that as tight as you can get it, you're going to place the windlass in this little bracket, and you're going to put this tab over it so it does not come out. And you can either write the time on here when the tourniquet has been applied. But remember, once you apply the tourniquet, you do not take it off until you are in a medical facility or medical help has arrived. Hey, if you like the content of today's video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right there on the bottom right. You see that little subscribe icon? Go ahead and subscribe. And then go ahead and hit the bell icon at the top, and you'll get notified when you click all notifications when we drop a new video. This is going to be part of our camping series, and today's video was just on knives itself. We have our next video is going to be with some camping lights. The next video we'll be previewing the new Olight arc field, and along with some headlamps and some lanterns. So that'll be part 2 of the series, and we hope you can come back. So we appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right down there and subscribe, and then hit the bell notification and hit all notifications, and you will be notified when we do our next video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us, and get outdoors and enjoy life. So remember, always treat your neighbors well, look after them. Tell your family that you love them and spend time with them. And most of all, whatever life throws at you, be Semper Gumbie.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life just...
Hello, neighbor. I'm filming. Making a video.